Camp's been good. Our offensive line has gotten a lot of good work against a lot of good looks, and we feel like we're getting better in every facet of the game, run game, pass protection, everything.
So just going back to the off season, you know, the move to center and trying out there and experimenting there. Just can you walk us through like what the coaches told you in the off season, when you sort of started working on your snapping, and sort of how it's all transpired since then?
I mean, it's been great. I've been able to get a lot of work snapping this off season. You know, the staff just feels like, you know, both me and Bose have like a similar analytical mind. Like we both like to really analyze the film and get into the nitty gritty. So they thought it might be, you know, good to try me out there and see how it works for both of us. And we both come with the same approach that we want to help the team in any way possible. And, you know, for me, getting to play center, which is something, you know, I've only really gotten the opportunity to do at the Senior Bowl and do it again has been great. It's felt good.
So at what point in the off season did they sort of approach you with the plan of cross training there?
It was pretty early in the off season. Yeah.
What was your reaction?
My reaction is always you know, I want to help the team in any way possible. You know, whether that's left guard, I played right guard, and now I have experience at center. So, you know, however they see fit, you know, I'm willing to plug in there and help best way I can.
When you were drafted, was there a conversation of this potentially happening down the road, moving you to center or trying it out?
No, not really. Here, I knew it was always a possibility for me because, you know, I'm on the shorter side, and you always get put into a box like, you know, you're a shorter guy, you play center. But, you know, I always knew for myself, I'm a very analytical guy. I like to, you know, look at the defense, look at tells and stuff like that. So, you know, playing center is a step in that process. So.
With the body, like with you and Bose, and you guys are close and played next to each other last year.
Yeah.
How have you kind of leaned on him at center?
I mean, it's been great. You know, I have a lot of voices, a lot of people in, you know, the organization and in our room that I can really rely on to learn from. You know, Bose has played a lot of football at the center position, and he's played some guard too. So, you know, I get to talk to him and ask him certain things about playing center, and he's open in that way. You know, we also have Coach Hardwick, who played a great football for our team. Coach Devlin was a center. And I still have, like, people I can rely on that, you know, played for our organization that were great centers, like Corey, who's always willing to help. So, you know, I just feel blessed that I have all these resources in our room.
Have you talked to Corey?
Oh, absolutely. Corey's the best. He's willing to help in any way that he can, anybody. So,
What have you thought of his transformation, losing all that weight, Corey?
it's amazing. He looks great,
Yeah.
and I'm just really happy for him. Yeah.
So just how important is it going to be now to get reps in pads at center in practice, something you haven't done so far this camp?
Very important. That's something, you know, the staff and our room have been talking about a lot. You know, Bose playing guard and me playing center. You know, we got to get the live reps together to build that chemistry. So that's definitely something that we'll be talking about and thinking about implementing. So.
Do you know which day you're going to be out there at center in pads?
I don't really know what day specifically. You know, usually I just come in and they let us know, okay, this is your center day, this is your guard day. But you know, I'm willing to play wherever I can. So.
You mentioned having Coach Hardwick in the room. Just how, like, early on, did you spend a lot of time with him? Did you pick his brain a lot, or just kind of how much did he help you there?
Absolutely, Coach Hardwick helped me a lot. You know, he was really the one that helped me dial in my snap mechanics and figure out what's the best way for me to snap the football. Every center is different with that, and he was just like an open book to me. And any question I asked, I could call him and he'd answer it for me. It's great.
It's not an easy transition, you know, to go from guard to center. At least from the outside, one can think this is not for anyone to try. So obviously the coaches saw something on you, you know, to even give it a try. Is there anything particular that you enjoy about the center position? Something that, you know, that maybe has even surprised you to do it now at this level?
Yeah, I mean, to what you said, I mean, I kind of take it as a challenge. You know, it's something that people say is difficult, but it's something I want to tackle and I want to conquer that challenge. But you know, being the center, you're in control. You make the IDs, you identify the fronts, and that's something. Even when I play guard, I like to take ownership of knowing my role and knowing, you know, what everyone else around me has to do too. So I think that is the number one aspect for me that you know, I've really enjoyed making all the IDs, you know, all the line calls. That's been great.
How how are you doing like vocally with that? Like you might have known it obviously.
Yeah.
How's that going?
That's been going well. It's been going really well. I think, you know, a lot of older centers give me a lot of advice, and it's just like, you know, obviously we study as hard as we can to know the playbook in and out. At the end of the day, you gotta make a decision. You gotta live with the decision you make and be vocal. Because the worst thing you can have is everyone's not on the same page, especially at offensive line.
You mentioned, you know, taking on and embracing this challenge. Is there anything, you know, added challenge that has taken a little bit of time just getting used to this shift?
I think the main thing for me is just getting as many reps as I can. You know, not having played center before, every rep is valuable. So I try to take, you know, as much, you know, important care as I can with every rep that I get, so I can get all those learning experiences that guys that maybe have gotten a lot more reps than me have gotten. So I'd say just the challenge is, you know, trying to get the reps in and fit it in where I can, like getting snaps before practice, getting snaps after practice, getting snaps in my room, wherever I can. So yeah.
Being at center and in charge of IDing and changing protections and communication along the line, do you think that can improve your game in any specific way? You know, taking on that type of responsibility, and if so, in what ways? In what ways?
Absolutely. I feel like playing center can even help me become a better guard in some sense. Like having ownership over the entire scheme, knowing where everyone's supposed to be and how things are supposed to shake out, especially playing the interior line positions, guard as well. It helps you paint a picture of where you need to be and where everyone around you is going to be. And it just gives you better, you know, communication and synergy amongst the offensive line. So even as a guard, if I know where my tackle's going to be on every single play, and I know where the center's going to be on every single play, you know, that really shrinks down my role of what I need to do.
So do you think that the responsibility is more for a center, and as a result, you kind of have to know more about the offense, like everything about the offense?
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
And what do you think? What do you think Makai has brought at right guard for you guys?
Yeah.
Outside of size.
Makai, he's a large human, and you know he plays with aggression. He's a great guy in our room, just like a great human being. And I think just like his physicality, his physical tools that he has are special, and he can really help our room, especially him being next to Joe, two huge guys that have a lot of weight and mass behind them. They're definitely gonna have some really good B blocks. So.
And then just last thing, the team declined your fifth-year option in the offseason. Is that something for you that is a motivating factor at all as you head into the final year of your contract now?
I mean, I think for me, my main priority is just helping the team win in any way I can. You know, I think all of those things will play themselves out. You know, I'm for the team, I'm for my teammates and everyone else around me.
Thanks, John.